Hey guys, okay, let me tell you something. Here's a lesson on power. People who have actual power don't have to use objects to control you. When someone is losing their power, like, for instance, Quincy, she feels like she's losing her power. She's being exposed for her fake relationship with Zach. And so the only thing she has over me is to try to break my spirit by showing me videos of when she was controlling him to try to have sex with her and things like that. So there was a message where she sent on Facebook and she was like, oh, he told her every time they were at it, he said, don't look at me in the face. Don't look me in the eyes. I guess she was trying to confess or try to be sympathetic or something like that, right? So to me, it all just sounds, I just ignored the message, period, because just the thought of them even going at it just bugged me. Let me tell you, what makes you strong is being honest about your feelings. That's the most powerful thing you could ever do for yourself. Be honest. It is so hard. It is so hard, but you have to be an emotional hero. You cannot allow your emotions to get the best of you. You cannot allow you to feel like you're so big that you can't be honest about things that are happening to you on the inside, right? Like for me, for instance, like the things like when I say I'm possessed by my man. His sex is so good that I'm crawling all over. It's good. He doesn't even have to touch me for me to be obsessed with him. That's honesty. That's honesty, and that's beautiful. And that's the universe loves that. You know why? Because you're being honest about the universe's creation, right? This person is powerful. It is amazing. But when a woman becomes a witch when she thinks that it's only her who it's only him that's falling. She's controlling. She's fallen and she's sad because he never fell for her. She thought that she could control everybody in her family because she probably did as a child. She probably was abused and molested as a child, and she felt like she was powerful because everybody fell for her. Let me tell you something. When I was younger and guys would try to fall for me like older guys would try to, like my sister's ex-boyfriend would try to hit on me in my apartment, in our apartment, and try to, get close to me when I was 15 years old. And my sister's other boyfriend hit on me again, and I found myself having to jack him off at the age of 16 because he said that's what he wanted. He came into my room when my sisters were sleeping, and he told me that he came into my room when my sisters were sleeping, and he said, hold on. He came into my room when my sisters were sleeping, when my sister was sleeping, and he said, "Hey, because my sister allowed us to dance. I don't know if for him to dance for him, but I think it was more in front of him because we were all dancing with each other. But yeah, she allowed us at a young age to dance for him, but we were dancing on him. We were just kids, and we were like, okay, it's fine. It's not a big deal. He doesn't, we trust him. He doesn't want to have sex with us, right? That was the craziest thing. Like, so my sister was like, oh, it's cool. It doesn't matter. I'm not jealous. It's not a big deal. I know myself and things like that. So next thing you know, he's knocking on my door. We thought it was an innocent play. He's not our brother. So, because even with my brother, we were dancing for him. We just weren't dancing sexually. He would tell us, he would give us money to dance for him, and we would dance for him. And it was just more like a form of worship. I don't know, but I didn't feel like he was trying to do anything weird. My brother has never touched me in any way sexual. He never gave me that vibe. So I think it was just more because he knows he has princesses. He has daughter sisters that are princesses, and it made him feel good because female energy, especially when you have golden power, like your sex is an energy that comes out of your aura. It comes from your body, and the people can feel it around you, and it feels like gold. It feels golden. It feels powerful, right? So when a guy feels that, it strokes their ego, and it takes away that male anger and frustration. There is something it does, and I say that because when I see Zach as my mirror, or I'm mad, so I don't even really want to call him my mirror at all. But when I see someone like Zach, that I assume is my mirror, because I'm starting to doubt it. But I don't want to doubt it. But when I see Zach, I'm more like, okay, I feel that golden, that same energy that I have in him. I feel it in my body, and I'm like, wow, that's amazing. So it's giving me a sense of what other people are feeling when they're around me, because I used to be like, well, why are these older guys trying to hit on me? Why don't they? Are they not mature enough to know that I'm underage and I'm young? Like, what's the issue, right? So sometimes when it's a power thing, people fall for you because you're powerful. They don't necessarily fall for you because you're young. It's how you make them feel, and that's where it becomes extremely illegal, and it becomes really bad for a lot of people, because they're people falling for literally teenagers, not teenagers, literally infants. Now that's just evil. But what they're falling for is a soul. People are blind. If people, maybe some people know what they're doing, but I'm like, I know what I'm doing. If I knew what I was doing, if you know what you're doing, please try again. It's like, if you know what you're doing, why would you fall for a kid? Don't you know that this is just a baby? You know what I mean? Don't you see it? How is a baby sexy? How is a child attractive? I understand that there are some like sexy faces, some beautiful faces, but that's when you see a man in them, like their father. But I never looked at a child and thought, wow, that's a sexy little, that's weird. You get what I mean? So perverted people, I think perversion comes from the devil. I think perversion is this evil spirit that takes over the human brain, because I'm trying to have a better understanding of why people molest kids and do certain things, right? And it's just a lot of times when you're not the mother or you're not the father, I think that even if you're not the mother or the father, there are still good people in this world. It's hard for me to believe and to accept that, to think that we're the only best ones. There are great people. That's why we've come this far, right? They're just these people that have evil spirits in them that literally have to go. Like, you have to, and it comes from the negative eating and bad eating. We have to be more careful when raising our kids. And when you see someone perverting a child or perverting a husband, guys, your husband is your jewel. You understand what I mean? I mean, I don't think people see the value in a man the way I see them. Maybe some people do, but the way I watch Quincy mistreat Zach, and it's so smooth, right? Because there are people that have been through worse that are like, please, that's nothing. At least he has a wife. At least he has a girlfriend. So sure, let him get abused, right? That's what I would say. That I wouldn't say let him get abused, but I would say that there's nothing I can do, because if he's not defending me, then what's the point of me going deeper into the connection to save who? A man that was not going to stand up for himself? A man that's not going to stand up for me? I mean, yes, there's a lot of situations that you can see. Maybe the situation is tough, but how tough? Really? Those women, those people are, white people, there's a lot of them that are smart, but there's some that are smart. I'll say some, but not all of them are very smart. They just have money. They have money, and when you have money, you have power, some sort of power that can control people, and that's what they do. That's how they discipline their families, they discipline, or they punish, or that's how they deal with it. Because when people don't behave, they try to. But it's evil when a woman, a wife, what if this person say this about starts to abuse the husband and say, well, I think abuse can come from in any forms when you're married to a guy, right? Sometimes if a woman is feeling abused, so if you see this video, this is your sign to go ahead and post that content. The man is not giving the woman sex, right? So she'll play a role and put on a skit to make it look like the man is drooling over her, but she's targeting the heart of the man that that is watching, that his heart belongs to. She knows his heart belongs to someone else. So the goal is to target the woman who has the heart of the man that she wishes she had. This is for a lot of you guys that don't understand, because you want to abandon your husbands, right? Because you're like, you know what? I can't do this. I understand. I'm there. I'm right there with you. I'm like, is this even really my man? Like, tell me. That's my ego. That's my ego. But your ego is a defense mechanism to help you stand up. Because as a woman, I have gold. I know the gold that I have. And guess what? All the men that are in the spirit are men waiting to be born, waiting to have a body, an instrument to rebuild this world, right? And of course, they're here in the spirit trying to abuse the resource, the door. That's what a woman is. You're a door, a gateway. Mary, in Bible times, Jesus made it clear that a woman can have a baby with God's will, according to God's plan, according to God's command. Because I have never seen a woman have a baby without a man. Only Mary's the only legend, the only woman. And it was because of the authority of the Most High. And that's what gave him the power. I don't have power to say, let me have babies. I'm going to do this now. I don't have that kind of power. Because first of all, my body will not do anything that my body's not ready to do. It won't. If I'm not, if it's going to destroy me, it's not going to happen. Right? So my body has a way of waiting till the right perfect time. I believe I don't know. It could be God or it could be the universe. Because God and Mother Earth are both from the universe. They're both sources and forces of the universe. Right? I don't mean to disrespect God. I don't believe that God made Eve. It's so complicated. A woman's body is so damn complicated. You just don't know where to even start. You have to look at surgically, but there's a spiritual aspect of the woman's body, right? But to be humble, God is in the spirit, and I'm literally a robot to his will. Like, we're working together. Ouch. We're working together, but he sees what I don't see. Whenever I was doing things with my body and we were fighting things that I couldn't see, God is the one who was reminding me to stay strong. He was the force that was telling me, don't kill yourself. He was the force that was telling me, don't give up. So I have no power over God. I don't have power over my life, which gives God the almighty power over me, because I was ready to go. I was like, I don't understand why I would be here. What is my purpose? Why should I be here to be tormented? Right? But because God needs me, He's not gonna tell me die. Let's just go. He's gonna fight for it. He's gonna let it go, but he's gonna be like, we have no choice but to be here. God has no choice but to exist. Right? None of us have a choice but to exist. We have to exist. We're called into a lifetime. The world is a platform, a stage, right? And we're called here to correct what's been incorrect, to fix what's wrong. But how do we fix it? I don't believe that I can do anything without God. I don't have that kind of ego, because everything I've ever done, I've prayed on my knees. The universe knows I've been down on my knees. There's no day. I mean, I understand my ego and my power, but I don't allow my ego to get the best of me. I can't. It just doesn't feel right. You get what I mean? So I always tell people, if I tell myself I'm not that pretty, it's not because I'm not that pretty. It's just because I know I'm beautiful, and I just need to calm down, and that's the best way I can calm. If you've never been beautiful, you have no idea the dangers of the ego. The ego, I'm telling you, it just becomes like, you see it already. You're like, you're small-minded. You only believe, I'm only telling you what's true about you. You get what I mean? Because I live in truth. And if I've ever told any lie, I ask God to forgive me for telling those lies and to help me come clean. Help me come clean, because I love the way it feels to be clean. I hate holding things in my heart. I feel like my heart is a safe. And I like the gold. There was nothing more gold, nothing more wonderful than peace. Peace. Than being set free of all secrets. There's nothing more beautiful than that, right? So I'm not going to sit in a room to watch my man get abused and get raped and him telling me he doesn't want it, but then she wants me to entertain as if this is what It's fun for me. If I rule the world, I would arrest the woman at once. I would grab an injection and let her go. That's how royal power is, because it doesn't need you to exercise to keep telling me I'm gonna change, I'm gonna be better. It doesn't need, that's just the way the royals are. That's why you guys ran from them, because they were not giving people chances to live, to be themselves, to explain themselves. But in royal life, it's so crucial that if the wrong person touches the queen, they're messing with the throne of God and the throne of the universe.
That's what's gonna make us keep coming
So
back to your page to look
why
for more.
should we
That's what's gonna make us
argue with the devil
That's what's gonna make us
when God already said he's the devil?
I already know what you think. My hair not done.
To reason with who?
My lashes ain't
The one that God already said to say was the enemy. There is nothing the enemy can tell you. Oh, sometimes I'm this, sometimes I'm bipolar, sometimes there is no lie that devil can. You can sense truth. If you speak the truth yourself, the truth will be revealed to you. But if you walk around in deceit and lies, guess what? That's what you're going to attract in your life.
So if you see this video,
deceit and lies.
To go ahead and post that content and stop playing.
Speak the truth. Right? Of course, there's some secrets that are not supposed to be told for the safety of other people. That doesn't mean you're lying. You're just withholding information for the safety of the ears of others. I mean, when people came to this country, there were so many people, white people, that were abusing white children. They were raped. Do you think they never saw trials and tribulations? Do you think that life has always been good for them? Guess who had to pave the way for this country to be here? White people and blacks, but whites first. Indians were here. They had to go to war with Indians. They weren't going to send a bunch of black people to battle that don't know what the fuck they're doing. They had no choice but to be the ones to do it. And a lot of them had to sell their children to foreign countries for profit. They had to watch their kids, sell their kids to get molested because a rich pervert. That's the same thing that happened to Justin Bieber, that had the money, and he said he wanted the boy. He wanted the boy. Sadly, the devil was existent, but he will no longer exist. You rebuke the devil, right?
I have trouble even mentioning, even saying to myself, my own head.
Even the purest person faces darkness. Don't think because we speak purity, we didn't see hell. That's where we get all this wisdom, this stuff from actually experiencing it. That's how we're able to understand what you've been through without you even having to tell us. You know, the kind of person I sympathize with is the person that talks about why they're behaving that way. And that's still evil. I wish I had a husband that I could show you. I wish I would have been recording my relationships from the past to show you how I was treating my partner. There's no day that I would once God said it is not good for you to leave your husband craving for you, sexually craving for you. These are all biblical things because it puts the man in a very bad condition. So when I surrender and I take off my clothes, I know other people are burning for me. I know my energy is not just a sexual matter. It's a healing sensation, a healing energy that makes the male ego, even the female ego, relax, feel better. Doesn't mean I have to be naked all the time, but there's a time for everything. So I watch her and I dislike, and I tell you, this woman is there is a fire, a special fire waiting for her. Trust me, she thinks that the little that she's doing is just a little bit. Oh, it's nothing. It's not a big deal. It's just a little thing. No, there is a special fire waiting for this Quincy witch woman. There is more. A special fire. It's no joke. You know, there was a special fire that was made for me. There was a special fire that was made for me. I don't know what I did. What did I do? Was it me who did it, or was it my husband and I was paying half of the price for him? I don't think I'm innocent, but I don't think I'm evil. I don't believe it, because everything I do according to what has happened to me. I don't have wicked plans. I don't sit at home and try to execute plans from someone that hasn't hurt me, or I don't feel threatened by it. I don't even do it at all. I have other things to do in my life than to think about a witch. The only person I ever beat up was this white girl who my ex-boyfriend did not like, so he thought it was okay to give her a hickey and come home and tell me she kissed him and gave him hickeys so I could beat her up. He knew I was weak-minded. And he knew that she was trying to steal me away. But guess what she was trying to do? She was trying to put me in a much more dangerous situation. He knew that. He said, so they're using her because she's a sweet. So they're using her. She's looking for a best friend, a friend. And next thing you know, they're going to be friends. And this girl's going to get in the car with her because she thinks this is my best friend. That's how I was. I was so naive. And she's going to take you to the hood where the thugs have got her by the throat and the crotch. Because that's what she was telling me. She was doing cocaine. She got a baby daddy by a black man. So if me and her were best friends, I would have been in a dangerous situation. So my ex-boyfriend was like, fuck that. He goes to the party. He gives her hickeys, and I think they fucked. I don't know what they did. He comes back and tells me a whole nother story. He says, she gave me hickeys. You know, I saw a hickey on her face. He says, and he had a hickey on his neck. I said, what happened? Who did that? Didn't I tell you not to go see that woman?
Whatever you got in your gram,
didn't I tell you not to go see that woman? I told you I needed your support. I told you I don't want you to go partying. I'm telling you it's dangerous. When you are my partner, you're like my wife. You're like my wife. Don't think that you're not different from my wife. I'm like a boss lady that my husband is like my jewel. He's my sensation. So anybody's going to try to target my sensation to try to get to me.
That's what's gonna make us give you that
Same
follow.
thing with your
That's what's
wife.
gonna make us engage on your content. See, look, I already know what you think.
They try to target your sensation to get to you, to knock you down, to knock you out. So why should I follow their page? So I can keep watching, so my heart could be broken, so she can keep me from executing my plans, from actually building and protecting the black people that come in this country to work and help the white man stay strong. Help him get better. Help their community. In order for black people to help you, they have to help themselves. Especially if you're abusing them, financially abusing them, giving them very little in disability. Making no education, ripping. You know, they ripped black people's books. When black people tried to read books, they ripped their books. When I say the abuse in the black community from white people was crucial, it was real. Why did they do it? Because they were intimidated and afraid that black people would take their country if they knew how. But you can't take a country from a person that saved your life once you explain. You can't. Like, you see me, when you talk to me, I'm not here to take this from you, because I understand you need it. I'm here to help you with it, because I see where you're falling short and you're weak. Why should I take it when there is Africa? It's a great place, yes. But why should I take your home from you when I know you can't stand in Africa? I have mercy in my heart. I have sympathy. I love my children. You're not my children, but like Mother Earth, I have mercy. It's nothing that was taught. Maybe it's a given most of the time. Yeah, it's a given. It's just in you.
Even saying to myself, my own head, the number of years. I no more think of myself as being as old as I am.
You have to have mercy. Without mercy, you have nothing. You can have money, but without mercy, you have nothing. You will abuse people without mercy.
I think I haven't. I
But we don't have, there's no sympathy on a monster, because that demon just grows. You understand what I'm saying? That demon only gets bigger. That demon within her is only going to get bigger. Next, she's going to abuse her kids. And the lucky ones are the ones that are going to be more like me, because I was abused. Don't think that this kind woman came from not being abused. I was abused, but abuse didn't change me, because that's not who I am. If a person refuses to change, it's because that's who they are. There's nothing you can do to save them. You can teach them, shower love, put your power on them. There is nothing if that's who they are. I spent years trying to save the witch that I lived with, trying to make her better. But every time, these people are made to be sacrificed by the universe, crucified. Like I said, the universe has a special fire for them. You don't even have to touch them. How does a husband call the police and say this woman is abusing me? They know that. White people know that. What is the police going to do for you? I never touched you. I never forced you. That's how rough it can be in a marriage. For sure, I'm telling you now that as we build this empire and make it stronger, we're going to start persecuting and getting people out of the way that are mistreating husbands, because the husband is a weapon that is used to build, a smart weapon. A husband will not abuse a wife without her consent, right? It shouldn't happen at all. It's not going to happen at all. But from the way that the things that I feel, I do understand my partner is desperate need to release that anger out on someone, right? And they feel unsafe if they release that anger on someone that doesn't care about them. But if it's on someone that cares about them, there is a way that they're able to keep, there is a way that your person is able to keep you from hurting them. Like, you want to hurt them, but there is something about them that changes your mind every time. You look into their eyes and you say, nah, that's not me. You're my baby. That's where you're intelligent. It's called survival of the fittest. When you're forced to be with a man and be in a relationship and all you have is each other, you're not going to abuse him because you think he's stuck with you. If you have God in your heart, you know there is always a way out of every situation. You're never really stranded. There is just no way out of life. There is only rest. Okay? There is rest, and that's what death was designed to give you, rest. But life is eternal. It's how we deal with it, how we cope with it.